Hey everybody, what is up? It is the Dennis and Andy Show. Dennis is back from his umpteenth vacation of the year. He was in New York City last week, and I said, what was the highlight? And he said it was getting raped on the subway. And I said, well, to each their own. Mine probably would have been the Statue of Liberty visit, but he liked getting felt up on the subway, he said. He said it was a nice woman that did it. She was homeless. You know, she had the glove with the fingers that popped through. But you know, whatever.
Wow, real stereotype. No, guys, I was actually in New York City, had a blast. It's actually was my first time in New York City. I've been to the state, but never the city. So, you know, we saw The Lion King on Broadway. And of course, you guys know me. I did the Intrepid and the Growler tours. So that was awesome being on the Great Carrier and the only submarine that launched nuclear missiles that had the capability where you can tour through it. Because I've been on a bunch of the diesel subs from World War II, so that was great. You know, the 9/11 memorial was just somber, breathtaking.
Oh, yeah.
You know, seeing all the stuff around there. You know, we did so much. Of course, finished it off with the Statue of Liberty. With the Statue of Liberty
Could you go
tour.
up or just inside the
We did the Hard Hat tour, which was a separate one because it was part of Save Ellis Island, and it's the hospitals where Florence Nightingale and, you know, the history of her and all the amazing things that she did, but it's the original hospital. It's like a $500 million renovation that they are doing through all donations. So
did you donate?
Well, your tour is the donation, and yeah, we took the tour. It was fabulous, and you know, had to have New York pizza. If you're going to New York, you gotta.
How was it? How was your New York pizza?
It was great. We actually were walking back from the Intrepid. Our tour guide, we had a fabulous tour guide, Martin, shouting you out. He's been a tour guide for 40 years there. Wow. And he told us two important things. One, stop at the 99-cent pizza place. That's the name of a chain. Best pizza in the city. Or you can find the $1.49 or the $1.50 pizza places, also names. They were great. We stopped there on the way back, walking back from the Intrepid. Fabulous. And the other important information, Dirty Water Dogs. If you go to New York, go to Nathan's if you want a hot dog from a street vendor. If you don't, you might as well just go buy some Pepto-Bismol and some Depends because the rest of your week is shot. And he goes, that is not a joke because New York does not have a rule where at night all the used dogs, they stay in the same water over and over and over again. That's why they call them dirty water dogs. So things get contaminated and go bad. Nathan's doesn't do that. Luckily, we knew that or didn't know that, but we stopped at Nathan's on night one, got the Nathan's hot dogs off the street vendor, and we were just fine.
But the one thing I did not hear, and I really hope you left it out of your story, you didn't get a soft pretzel off the street vendor?
Never saw one.
Are you what?
Yep. Never saw one.
God. Whenever I go to New York,
there were so many vendors for so many, the halals, the sabus.
Really?
Oh my God. We could get ice cream, get everything. Never saw a soft pretzel. The other one that my brother just got back from New York City were the guys that did the cashews and the almonds and stuff, nuts. And apparently there's only two of them now between 40th and 60th Street, and we never saw either one of them either.
Wow. Well, I do like the $20 Rolodex you brought me back. That was nice.
It was.
Street vendor.
Or the Louis Vuitton for your wife.
Vuitton, yeah. She enjoyed that too. Yeah, she thought that was really nice.
But I'm back. So, guys, that's why we're here. A new Comic Day Monday. I stopped at the shop because it was 2 weeks. I have a giant stack, so I just don't know when we're going to have time because we've got Heroes Con. We set up tomorrow. for the week.
And Rich says, any truth to the rumor that there's no DNA show next week because Dennis is on vacation? No. Next week there's a DNA show because the day after that Thursday, we drive up to Garden State Comic Fest. But on July 2nd, there's no DNA show because somebody is on another vacation, and it's not me because I haven't gone on one yet this year.
Well, and then I am taking 2 weeks and having to go up to Wisconsin to help my mother out and stuff. So I will be gone for 2 weeks there too.
Another vacation, I hear.
Yeah.
Full of vacations. Well, these two guests of ours never take vacations because they care about working. Hello, Randy, by the way. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Randy. Let's see. So thank you very much for joining. Dennis, hello. Rodriguez, that is. Chris H, leg kick in the house. Rich says Dennis loves his semen. He does. That was his favorite part of the Intrepid. So,
just can't with you guys.
I didn't say it. He did.
I know, and we're gonna see Rich.
You told me that when you first walked onto the Intrepid, right there, front and center, was a big picture of semen, and you got it right in your face. This big picture of historical semen that were on the Intrepid. And you just got your face right up in front of the semen. Yep. That's what you told me.
Guys, this is what I deal with every day.
I know. Well, let's welcome our guests. You know them. You love them. It's the daytime. He's not going to bed anytime soon. Give him a couple hours. It's Mike Barron.
Mike.
Hey. now, you still have a few hours. And we're going to see you in person in a few days. That's going to be fun. Chris is coming too, I hear.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
Good times. And then, of course, the other guy that's coming down to the show that we'll see this week and next week. He's coming down from Jersey. We're going up to Jersey next week. It's Mr. Paul Thayer. Hello. So, yeah, it's I don't know about you guys. I'll be honest. I don't like doing back-to-back shows.
Me either.
Nope.
I love it. Well, you're a young guy still. I think, when I was your age, I think I was probably that way. But in all seriousness, I like my weekends. I try not to work, at least on Sunday, take that day of rest. And I was thinking this past Sunday, Father's Day, I'm like, man, I'm not going to have a weekend for 2 weeks.
You're talking about Terrificon, right?
No, it's Heroes and then Garden State.
Oh, that's right.
Is the next one.
Yeah. It's a long drive, but hey, it's worth it. It is fun, but it gets hard once you get to be Andy's age. These back-to-back ones are really tough.
Yeah. Dennis
especially
was
if you're driving. Driving is brutal.
It is.
Driving, but
I drove to Wisconsin and back last month.
Yeah, I'll be doing that in August. So yeah, I used to take the trip to in Chicago area over in Rockford. So it was 13 and a half hours door to door. And I made that commute every 3 weeks. So, and I did it solo. So, one shot straight. Yeah, it was kind of rough. So after a year of doing that, I told my wife, yep, I'm moving out here. My son was going to IMSA in Illinois. And I was like, yeah, I can't stay living here just so you can go to school there. Sorry. It's too hard.
Mike, how far a drive is that for you from where you are when you drive to Wisconsin?
800 miles.
Oh, how far is it from here?
How many miles?
Yeah. Is it like the same?
Yeah, it's probably close. It's probably 850.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's painful. Why aren't you flying? Good Lord.
Boy, that's the last time. That's the last time I'm going to do that. It was too much.
Well, I bring back
800's a lot. This is 632 for me. 800's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, 800 is, yeah.
Well, I usually take a cooler, and we usually bring back somewhere around 35 pounds of cheese from Wisconsin, plus bratwurst and stuff with things that we can't get out here. So, yeah, the car's filled, so it's worth it.
Yeah. Billy Tucci, $5. Thanks, Billy. See you soon. Hello, boys. Yes, back-to-back sucks. Unless you're on the Intrepid. Seriously, Got Whiskey shirts this Friday. You know it. Have you seen that shirt that he's referencing?
No.
Oh, you haven't? I have to show.
No, I have not been on. I have been social media blind.
No, when Billy and I were in Greenville for the Scottish festival, there's a guy selling T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a black shirt, and it says, I think it said it got whiskey on the front, but it's in the font of Disney, the Walt Disney font.
Okay.
So the front actually says malt whiskey.
Oh.
But when you first look at it, if you don't read it because that font's so recognizable, you think it says Walt Disney.
Oh.
So it says malt whiskey, and on the back it says got whiskey in the same font. So we're going to wear those shirts and match on Friday.
Oh, look at you, twinsies.
That's right. And by the way, pull out the Hawaiian shirt, and Graham wanted me to tell you for Garden State, you better be bringing a collared shirt with sleeves for when we go out to dinner.
As long as it's short sleeves, we're good. I do not own a sleeve with a long sleeve shirt at all anymore.
What a bitch. Can you believe this guy? It's like working with
next week's supposed to be 99 over here.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday right now, 99. That's what it says.
Oh,
what the hell?
Wow, that changes everything. Now I'm going to get my sleeveless Hawaiian shirt out now.
God, I hope that's good for us leaving because it's hotter down here.
Holy crap, yeah.
Jesus, that is insane. What's it out by you now, Mike?
It's going to be 80 today. It was in 90s last week, and it's going to be 90 tomorrow.
Oof, that's not that bad.
The thing with Jersey, it's like
it's
60,
a dry heat.
It's 50. It's like today was like 55. Now it's sunny. I'm lost, man. There's no weather here. It's just different every day.
Wait, it was 55?
Dude, it was like 50 something last week. I had to literally had to close all the windows and everything was freezing. It was like below freezing. And then the next day it's like 80. So it's like it's alternating so much, and it's like that's why I feel like everyone's like dying over here with their allergies. It's like every day is a new season. So I wish I had that job. Weather, easy.
They're always
wow. Man, that is crazy. Do you have because I know in certain parts of Jersey and stuff, depending on the year the house was built, do you have AC?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's like AC one day, next day windows open, next day everything closed. Then it's like crazy. It's like the craziest thing. I turn the heat on. It's like it's so crazy. It's like
wow,
it's concerning, but it's
insane. Well, let's get down to business, and the business at hand first is this Nexus. Mike is blowing up, $167,627, almost 1,000 backers, dude.
That's awesome, especially for a big book like that. Almost 1,000 backers that quickly. That's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We're very gratified. The first book's going to be 864 pages.
And what issue numbers does it actually collect?
I think it's issue number 1 through 22.
Okay, cool. And that includes because the first 3 were capital, and then it started again at 1 with first, right?
That's right. It will include the first 3 black and white issues.
Oh, cool. Is there going to be is it just the issues, no like extra bonus stuff in the back, or?
Oh, there's going to be a lot of bonus stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
Drawings by all sorts of people. You may know some of them.
Oh, awesome. Fantastic. Well, this is cool. I mean, this is a book that I remember when it came out. I think I started with the first issue when First put it out. And then it was a few years later, I was like, hey, what's this? And it was the black and white stuff, which I do have now, and the record. Any way of getting the record in here or no?
The record will be available as a download, but you know, I was against the record, but that's all right. I mean, nobody's forced to use it. It's valuable today because it was stitched into the comic.
Yeah, right.
Discs, and they used to do that all the time to release new songs, the music mags. But the problem is that when you're reading a comic, you hear the voices of the characters in your head. And then when you listen to the flexi disc, the voices are all strange. Saying, "Whoa, that's not how I imagined it."
Oh, you know what? I've never. I don't think it's because I'm not Aaron Lopresti, so I don't really care if I pulled the record out or not. But I never did, and I never listened to it. Oh. So I guess, yeah. I mean, that does make sense. It's basically a read along of what that specific issue
of the script. Yeah, I think there might be a little music in there too. But for me, it violates the form.
Right.
And it's no big deal. It's no big deal.
Oh, yeah.
You still have the
But,
record?
Do I? Yeah.
Movies
I'll have
work
to play
because
it one.
when the actors speak, you hear them and you see their lips moving. So
Right.
yeah, that's really happening.
That's I get it. I can see where you're coming from. I got it. Let's run down this.
Hey, just as a public service announcement, thanks, Randy. For those of you watching on YouTube or on Rumble, I've got both Paul and Mike's campaigns links right down below, so you can click on them, go right to them, and follow along with it and do your ordering right away. If you are on X, Randy's awesome, and he's dropping the links in the replies to the posts on X, because I know you guys can't chime in and ask questions on it, but all the links are going to be there, so you guys can go back both of these awesome projects today.
That's right.
Thank you, Randy.
Well, give us the rundown here. I mean, you've got a couple different, let's see, the bundles and stuff. Okay, so there's a signed edition you guys are doing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing when it comes signed, it's just you signing it, not Steve.
We're talking with Steve, and Steve will be involved. There's a good chance he will sign it.
Oh,
that's cool. Very nice. That's cool. Just $5 to be an Island refugee. A digital version, very nice. I believe this is something I need to hold in my hands. And this is going to be obviously bigger too than the standard comic book.
Yeah, it's oversized.
Okay.
Sweet. Let's see.
For those who don't know, science fiction, Nexus is a superhero science fiction comic.
Yeah.
That embraces science fiction realistically and seriously. It's real science fiction. It's real superhero stuff. And once you read one issue, you won't be able to stop. You're going to want to read the whole thing. We've received every industry award. We're very proud of it. And as you know, Steve and I are both creating our own new versions of Nexus to this day.
Yeah.
And we hope to include some of Steve's latest projects.
Okay, so you said it's won every award. So it did win like an Eisner and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
When did it do that? Was it in the 80s when it was first coming out, or was it out for a while?
1994.
Oh, so
wow.
90. So did it win for one of the because at 94, at that time, the original series was already done, wasn't it? So was it one of the
Nexus, the Origin, that was published by Dark Horse?
Yeah, I got that. I can still picture that cover that Steve painted. That's cool. I didn't know that. Very nice. Oh man, I was gonna ask something. Shit, and I forgot. Because I like to complain and whine that I have to get up at 2 a.m. to take my daughter to work because she doesn't drive. And then I had to pick her up at 7 a.m. So yeah, my nights are a little screwed up. So yeah, if I phase out, that's why.
You see him not off. He has a reason.
Yeah. Man, what was I going to say? Oh, that's what I was going to say. It's great science fiction stuff. I remember getting it. I love this. I just tangent like I always do. It's my ADHD. This 2-page spread here that was that from the first issue?
It was the first color issue, yeah. And that explains how interstellar travel is possible. It's based on a book called The Iron Sun.
Oh, sweet.
And it's real science. And it's because when you have a star rotates like a planet. A black hole is when a star's mass becomes so great that the gravity causes it to shrink in upon itself to a singularity. It's so heavy that not even light can escape. And that's why they call it a black hole. And the Iron Sun posits that if a ship were to enter the gravitational field exactly at the equator at 90 degrees with no deviation, it would be instantly sucked in and spat out of a white hole some light years distant. Of course, if you have just one tiny degree off, you'll be instantly crushed.
Oh, no, wait. So obviously the text that's on that page you wrote, and like you said, you referenced the book that you read it and all. Did Steve get into it that much as well and read this stuff too when you guys were doing it? Or did he just go, Mike, you read that?
I don't think he read the book, but he followed the script. And I told him what to draw.
Right. Well, I didn't know. Like, there's certain things that I'm like, that's fascinating. I want to read that too. I just remembered, like I said, that page, and I love the diagram of the ship. When this was coming out, I was a young teenager, and I had no idea that of like the ties design wise to like Alex Toth that Steve was into and stuff until I was, older and working in comics and stuff. But man, I just remember when it came out, it was just so different looking than anything else that was out at the time. And, that goes for the writing and the story as well. It's just, and that's why I think it took off, because it was just, it just really stood out in this sea of like what Marvel and DC was doing.
Thank you, sir. We strive.
It's great stuff, and you're right. It's just real science fiction. I was a Trekkie, and
so he didn't know anything about science fiction.
Oh,
that was all bullshit.
No. So, they had people from like NASA and stuff, and anything that came out like this. So I like Badger. I remember reading Badger and then Nexus, but two different genres. But man, anything science fiction, I read off-brand novels and stuff. Nova, I think, Ben Bova, I think he was a writer.
Ben Bova.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, he was in Boston when I lived there. At some kind of convention. I just went up, introduced myself, told him I enjoyed my work, his work.
Yeah, it's great stuff. I was big into science fiction, and for me, also loving comic books, anything that came out like this was great. I used to read some of the old, EC, the old science fiction stuff, but this is the stuff that just captured my imagination. So, yeah, I love that. When I was a kid, still do to this day, I'm still a sci-fi nerd.
It's true. I can vouch.
So this was like tons of like research. So you did like so much prior research before even making the book, and then like continuing on. Like,
no, I research as I go along, and I think every serious writer knows this, that your story is going to lead you places you didn't intend. And one of the reasons is when you create a realistic character, at some point he's going to turn around and tell you what he does next. And so you go to research. Well, he's going to far-flung Fallujah. So, if Fallujah is a real place, I'll look it up. And then I'll find out things about Fallujah that change the story, that change the shape of the story. And most writers realize this. I always have an outline, at least these days I do. I outline the story ahead of time. But I also think that a writer has to surprise himself before he can surprise readers. And that happens to me multiple times, no matter what I'm writing.
That's cool.
That is cool. And you just got to go with the flow. If you change directions, you move with it, and suddenly you're in a whole new story or going down a whole new thread that you never anticipated.
Well, the story, the characterizations remain true. If I'm working with an established character, you can't mess with his personality or what he do.
Right.
People don't like that. Just look at Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
So the character has to remain true to himself. But he'll find himself in a new situation because I find myself in a new situation, and I say, well, what would Horatio do? Well, Horatio always does the right thing, so he's going to do the right thing no matter what the cost is.
Yep.
Which one of you guys came up with Horatio's name? So Horatio Hellpop, that was you, and Steve was like, I like it.
Yeah.
And Horatio is a pretty unique name. Was it from something in your life, or like how'd you come up with it?
Well, I think I was thinking about Horatio Hornblower at the time, but I wanted something different. I didn't want another Biff or Reed or Chance,
Right. What about Hellpop? Because that's pretty unique as well.
I don't know where that came from, but it was probably Russian.
Okay. Now, do you recall? I remember Nexus, but I don't remember when they started having short backup stories. Did they start in this initial run that's collected, or was it after? Do you recall?
I think they started with the color issues.
So they started from like issue 1?
I'd have to go back and look, but I know that by the time we hit first, every story had some backup.
And they'll be in this too?
Yeah. Oh, they'll all be in there. A lot of them were drawn by Mark Nelson, especially the Clone Zone story. Clone Zone is an alien comedian. Would you just, well, how is an alien comedian going to make me laugh? Well, true humor, the best humor is the result of irony and juxtaposition
Right.
of things that don't match. And so he's an endless font of humor in that respect.
That's so when you write somebody like that, it's kind of like a stand-up comedian and stuff. Obviously as a writer, you want to be well versed in being able to write anything, but I mean, comedy is different. And I mean, you just pointed out the couple things that, make good comedy, but do you kind of go, well, this guy's going to be a comedian in the vein of, pick whatever,
I was thinking a little bit about Rodney Dangerfield.
Okay. Yeah. That's
what the thing about humor is it has to rise organically out of the situation. And that means no puns. Puns are the lowest form of humor.
Right.
And I've never used them. But when you get the Clone Zone up there on stage talking to a tough crowd, he's going to start thinking of put downs, which Don Rickles, I was thinking of Don Rickles too. And Rickles was funny because of his put downs, because they were so original. Yeah, that's the cover of the first one that won all the awards.
Oh, yeah. I still got it. Love it.
Oh, thank you. When I think of jokes, I write them down. I tell this to anybody who wants to be creative, or anybody in the world. I say, you always carry a pad and a pen with you at all times in case you hear something you don't want to forget.
Hear that, Dennis? You should do
right there.
Don't hold up your phone. I've seen your phone. Besides the porn sites you keep bookmarked, there's nothing interesting on that.
Look at that. Already set.
He's had that phone for over a year. That's the first time he's ever pulled that stylus out.
The phone isn't the same. I mean, there's an act that occurs when you write it down by hand that imprints it in your brain.
Yeah, but that's why it's a stylus. I literally will write stuff. You pull up the notepad, you write it, going down, whoop, right in there.
Yeah, you're no stylist.
He's not. Look at him.
No, I have no style. I admit that.
Oh, you have a style.
Cool. All right. So you've got a wraparound cover edition.
Yeah.
I did want to. Oh, wait. Wrong tab. Oh, I always do that. We've got the Paul Galassi cover, which is a variant. And then let's see. The main cover, I believe that's the one I went with because I just love it.
Yeah, there are a lot of covers in the book that weren't painted by the dude, because we had a lot of guest covers. A lot of them were painted by Les Dorscheid, who used to be a colorist. Les is a very fine landscape painter now. You should check out his website. I
didn't know that. So wait, when Nexus came out, you're saying there were variant covers back then?
Yeah, it wasn't for the main title. It was for Nexus Legends, they called it, and they started writing stories like 2 years after they first appeared.
Okay, that's why I never probably picked them up, because I got their originals. So, okay, well, that makes sense. Okay, so then we get down to, so those are the three different covers. Got the Omni Cover A signed edition bundle, which is cool. Get Mike's autograph. Nexus Core membership. What's that all about?
Let me see. Nexus Core membership. I better look this up.
Let's see. Yeah, my screen is so far away.
Here we go. Join the Nexus Core. You get the omnibus, you get the digital. Your name is printed for all eternity.
Oh, nice.
On the special Nexus Core page, and also on an obelisk that will be raised at the North Pole. And there will be exclusive virtue signaling. Oh, wait. Exclusive virtual gathering. We're going to have
yeah. I mean, we can do exclusive virtual signaling. So.
We're going to have an online meeting, I guess, just like we're having here, but a lot of more people will be allowed to chime in.
That's cool.
That is. I like that.
Yeah, it's like a meet and greet.
Hey, Torchbearer is asking, well, how was Steve Rude back then? Is he like the same as he is now? Big talent? Was he difficult to talk to or work with? Kind of wants to know how is Steve nowadays compared to what he was like back then?
Steve is very consistent.
Aha.
Wow. So you're doing an early bird, because you're doing more omnibuses. So there's going to be 4 total volumes.
Yes.
Wow. And how many issues did Nexus run for again? Do you recall before it branched off to the limited series?
Including what the dude and I have put out there, at least 120.
So the 4th omnibus is going to collect like the one shots and stuff like that as well.
Yes, yeah, we hope so. It's certainly going to contain the material that I published with Kelsey Shannon.
Yeah.
And Richard Bonk, and we're talking to dude about getting his material about like Return to Thune World included as well. And I think there's an opportunity to pick up his Gormando on the page if you're interested in that. And I had a hand in plotting that.
Cool.
But that's dude's baby. I think I might have a copy down here.
I got that sucker as well. Did you? Are you guys thinking about trying to talk to Mike Allred to do the Madman crossover as well, or?
We would like to, and in fact, we're going to be talking to Mike Allred this weekend because he's got the table next to mine.
No shit, he's here too. Freaking that guest list is so big. It's just like,
oh, that's fantastic.
I read through the guest list. I'm like, oh, I want to talk to them. I want to talk to them. I want to talk to them. And then 3 days later, I'm like, I didn't talk to them. I didn't talk to them. I didn't talk to them.
Oh, guess what? We are including the Nexus Madman crossover.
Oh, cool. Oh, excellent.
Sigma Comics, $5. Everyone go buy Nexus or I'll kick your ass. Seriously, I'm the luckiest guy in comics. My favorite writers, my teachers support the channel. Great guy. Thank you very much, Sigma. Really appreciate that.
HH, great to see you again.
That's right, buddy. All right, let's get back down here. Okay. Well, that's really cool. That was a question I was going to ask is how many omnibuses there's going to be, but now I know. So are you looking at launching one a year, or are you going to try and get the second one up?
Oh, no, we're not going to get the second one out this year. This is a long range plan. We're going to get the first one out this year and the second one next year. And
right.
And who knows, it may speed up from there depending, but I have a lot of other material in the pipeline. 6 to 9 months apart. The books are 6 to 9 months apart. How do I know this? Because I have a very powerful telepath beaming me the answers right now.
Oh, that's why you're so good.
That's why I like it. I like it. That's funny. Cool. Well, I mean, this thing is, guys, it's Nexus. It's one of those campaigns where it's not, a brand new property where it's like, let's dive in and all this. Most people know Nexus, and a lot of people like me who have it all are like, hell yeah, I want one big fat ass book that's oversized. And it's nostalgia for me as well. So,
for those people who have never read it but have heard of it, I promise you, once you read one issue, you'll be hooked.
And it not only does the concept and the story writing hold up, because you look at some stuff like you read and I'm not bagging on this stuff because I still love it, but you pick up a Spider-Man book from the 70s, it's awesome. I love collecting Silver Age stuff like that, but at the same time, you can look at it and be like, yeah, some people might be, oh, it looks a little dated, whatever. But this stuff, one, it doesn't look dated at all.
Nope.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
It was ahead of its time back then. And because it's sci-fi, not real world, it's timeless. So go get it. Now, I know you've been asked before, and we probably even asked you, any plans for like a Badger one omnibus, or is Badger something that somebody else has the rights to now? I can't remember.
Somebody else has the rights to. We are thinking about it. I have a script written, but who knows?
Okay.
Oh,
if you want to see it, you might write First Comics and say we would like to see more Badger.
Oh, so it's first.
Yeah, they just put out a series that I wrote 7 or 8 years ago that Velma Eric illustrated.
Yeah. Man, I would love to see a Badger omnibus. I'm just amazed that just them having the rights to it aren't like, we should do an omnibus.
Let's call Mike.
Well, they tried that years ago.
Oh, they did? Oh,
Yeah, it was published by Image. I have a couple of them floating around. It didn't do that well, so I don't know. There will be Badger stories in Nexus because there are a number of team ups he did with
yeah.
just including the first one, the bowl shaped world.
Yeah. Now, did you have to get approval from those guys then?
No,
Oh, okay.
as part of the Nexus paradigm, and they wouldn't bother to object to something as trivial as that. It's not trivial to fans, but he appears in the bowl-shaped world in 3 issues, I think.
Yeah, those are great. I think it's 7, 8, and 9.
You could be right. And the thing is that's not definitive Badger. Badger behaves differently in his own book. I mean, they're consistent characters. But Badger in Nexus is mostly comic relief. But again, I have to stress it's not stupid comedy. It's very funny.
Oh no, it's really funny. I mean, that was those 3 issues are some of my favorite. One, because I'm a big Steve Root fan. I love the way he drew Badger, but just like you said, the comedy in it it's not lowbrow or anything. It's really good. So 35,000, which obviously you passed. So this is the stuff that's already added. 8 more pages added. A digital collection with wallpaper, phone wallpaper, desktop background downloads. That's awesome. 60 grand. Even more pages added. Beautiful. 75 omnibus upgrade. Every printed omnibus will be upgraded with a rare print only seen underneath the dust jacket.
Oh, yeah.
And a ribbon bookmark. Love that. And let's see. Holographic foil sticker. So the next one we're looking to is, all right, so tell us about this. Nexus, the novel. So if this hits 175, is that going to be a digital thing everybody gets?
Yep.
So
I better write it. No,
so it's not, I was going to ask. There's no Nexus novel yet, is there?
There is. Yes, there is.
Oh.
I'd run in the other room and grab a copy, except I'm not sure where they are. But I wrote it about 5 or 6 years ago. And it did very well. And it's on Amazon if you want to look it up and get a sense of what it's about. But as a science fiction novel, it's quite different from the comic, and yet the characters are consistent. You'll recognize everyone, you'll recognize the situations, but it's a literary experience, which is different from a mixed media experience.
Yeah. So what is it, like a couple hundred pages around there, or do you recall?
Oh yeah, it's at least 80,000 words.
Okay,
cool.
Well, that's 75,000 more than you can get through. I guess. Is there an audio version for Dennis?
Oh, I don't think there's an audio version. It's something
I can read it to you, big guy.
He uses too big of words.
I can read it to you.
I think that Kevin Anderson published it. Let me take a look. And if that's so, I mean, there's always...
Yeah, go ahead. So then that's very cool. I never even knew about that. And I am, just for the hell of it, later going to look at Amazon because I just want to see it. 200,000 postcards, 225 Lost Nexus script. Now, I assume the Lost Nexus script would be a digital thing too?
Yes.
Okay.
And we got that
250. Too. So if it hits 250, everybody's going to get a wall poster.
You're going to get a free hot dog too.
Nice. As long as it's in dirty water.
Dirty water dog. That's what I was just going to say.
In 300 trading cards. Dude, this is awesome.
Nexus, the novel, is published by Wordfire Press, which is Kevin Anderson's imprint. And you all know that Kevin is the author of the Dune novels, among 1,000 other books. And fiction writers working today.
Cool. All right, guys, go. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Go back it. The links have been being posted. They're in the description below.
One final question. Torchbearer is asking: any chance will Feud ever be collected? Do you and Mark Nelson own the rights to that together?
We do.
But a favorite.
And I was talking to Mark about it a couple months ago, and he'd love to see it too. But it's a question of, can we publish it and make a profit? Because it's not that widely known. And we'll get around to talking about it. Depends on how big his social media reach is and my social media reach. But yeah, I loved Feud. A lot of people did. I still have copies.
Just real quick, because I honestly don't even know what it is. What was it?
It was, when you look at, I always try to write to an artist's strength, and Mark is brilliant at bizarre animals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, two races of bizarre animals on a world fighting each other.
Oh, that's cool. And was it a one shot or a miniseries?
No, it was an epic series. I think there were 5 issues.
Oh man, that would be cool as a trade.
I was going to say, Mark, he was at Heroes last year. I wonder if he's going to be there this year. It'd be great if you were both there. It'd be fun.
I'd love to see him.
Yeah, I don't know if he is or not. Real quick, last question, and this is more for Steve, but you might know the answer. Does Steve? I assume he doesn't have any. Did he keep the covers he painted, or did he sell them?
Yeah, he keeps them, except for those he sold.
Oh, so wow. He still has a good amount of his original Nexus paintings, huh?
He's always painting new Nexus.
Oh, wow.
And he would be happy to do one for you.
Yeah. And I'd have to take out a second mortgage probably. So, oh my God, that I just got scrolled. That I remember seeing that as a kid and just being like, damn, look at that. Yeah. So nice, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is
and you still got a long time to go, so I can't wait to see this finish line end.
In December 2025. Perfect for Christmas.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's awesome, Mike. Really appreciate it with you coming on.
Guys.
And like I said, congratulations, man.
Thank you for having me on.
And we'll see you, if not tomorrow, Friday. And, it's totally up to you if you want to hang out while we talk to Paul or if you want to boogie. Your call.
Well, unfortunately, I have so much stuff to do all the time.
I know you do. Dude, I know how you are with schedules and stuff. So
I'm always double scheduling myself. I don't know how that happens. But anyhow, guys, I love you.
You too, man.
We'll
see you
See you, Heroes.
Yeah,
we'll see you in a couple.
Shortly.
Safe travels. All right,
Nice.
Mr. Thayer. You got to follow up Nexus.
Yeah.
This is
follow up.
This is a baby one shot compared to what's going on here. You know what I mean? We just went down through history. That was cool. It was cool to get some insight too.
Dude, you'll love talking to him. It's good that you're close.
That's funny because when you said that, I was looking around and I'm like, okay, I know the name, of course. And it's funny. Then you said, oh, he's on Wednesday, and then it's like, small. It's all meant to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So okay.
Well, I mean, look at it like this. Honestly, you've put out how many pages of all the project books have you put out? Do you think you got enough for a good little?
So after Project Analysis episode 6 is 28 pages, 25 interior, and then we have some cool stuff in there I put in. But and that one releases next month. We should be printing next week. And then this is my 11th book. So we have a decent amount. As soon as we do Project Analysis episode 7, I could do my second volume, and then I could do my first ever like hardcover.
Yeah, because I know a friend of mine does a book called The Masters, and he's done 5 issues. The 5th one's going to start shipping soon, but he's already working on the campaign for a oversized hardcover collection of the 5 issues, and it clocks in with extras at almost 350, 360, I think, pages. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm about, I could do the math right now. We do 120 plus 28 plus 24 plus 28 plus 28 plus 20 plus 28. If I'm right, about 276-ish. If I just rush that real quick, just trying to think off the top.
Yeah.
Oh no, and then I have my prequel issues, which is another. I have over 300 for sure.
Yeah, and you pop in covers, and then you pop in like character designs, and behind the scenes stuff. Like, hey guys, send me some pencils or inks or whatever.
And I have it all. I keep all the pencils. I keep all the inks, and I just uploaded all the stuff from my original stuff in my phone because I've just had everything on my phone, but I also have it in the Dropbox. So like now I'm like tripled whammied in. And that's definitely the goal after we do the second volume. I really want the second volume for October, but we'll see. We'll see how everything goes because I didn't even start episode 7 yet. I really wanted to make sure episode 6 was done.
Right.
Release the Voltage and Imperium one shot. And then, I don't want to overstretch, but when I release a campaign, it's done, so like, it's like the only thing I need to put on is the lettering usually. So like I make sure I fund everything completely beforehand. So right now, only with episode 7, which will be coming out after this, would be, you know, we're really just focusing on all the concept designs because it's like a big epic thing that I'm doing, because it's like exactly how Mike was saying before, like, you know, you as the story grows, things change. Like things that I was going to do for Project Now episode 7 is now going to happen in, you know, 6 and 7. So
Right.
so we're shaving 13 episodes of stuff and just getting to the good stuff. You know, I also learned that from you know, it was the same thing with like Omni-Man. They were saving Omni-Man to be in like issue 30, you get the reveal, and they ended up having to do it in 7, you know? So it's just about showing
right.
money.
That's cool. All right, well, this is a totally kind of new thing because it's the one shot, so you can give us the rundown on it.
Cool.
And,
yeah, 28
everybody
page
as well.
28-page full color comic book following Voltage and Imperium. These are 2 characters that are in our ongoing series, Project Nexus. So Project Nexus is our main series where there's no multiverse, no do-overs. It's super action-packed. And there's 2 characters that debut in Volume 2, Voltage and Imperium. This is Voltage right here from our artist, Samuel Marquise, who does our main series. And I originally thought of the idea of, you know, doing a one-shot to just like not steer away from the story, because originally this information was going to be in the main story, but it's just like, you know, there's a time and a place, you know?
Right.
So I was like, hey, let's do a one shot. If people want it, they're going to grab it. People do ask for it at conventions. I feel like this will be a good convention seller.
Cool.
But yeah, so this is my buddy Joe. I met him at Terrificon. We did this piece of art. He drew Voltage and Imperium, and of course we used it as the cover.
Yeah.
And he also does the interiors. So everyone who does my cover A always does the interiors.
So wait, real quick. So he did that drawing of them at Terrificon?
No,
like you were like, hey, I like this.
Oh, okay. He drew this crazy, awesome animated series like Penguin, and I thought it was so cool. You know, like I thought it was spot on. I love the style of it. He's never done any interior work before, and he does in this book. He does the lines, inks, and the colors. So, yeah. So I was like, hey, let's do this. You know, I was like, do your first book with me. You know, there's no rush on this. I was working on at the time. I think I was working on 3 and 4. And we just slowly did this, same as my last one shot that I did. And, you know, we just started building it out. And I love the piece of art that he did for it. It really strikes these 2 characters because Project Nexus, you know, it's really a super enhanced team that kills supervillains, you know, and really stops like world ending events. These guys are like, okay, there's other superheroes that clearly exist in this universe because we showcase some of them sometimes. And I wanted to show that like street level. So this is more like your Daredevil, your Spider-Man aspect of people that are not like going out of their way to kill people, but are actually trying to do the right thing.
Cool.
So yeah, the story follows Clay Hughes, a retired veteran who was given a second chance of life with a deed to a foster home. And the first child dropped at his door isn't an ordinary child, but it's an enhanced. The baby left for dead with electrical powers, a tall task for anyone. But these 2 formed a bond that will last forever, and we follow them through their life, leading them to the main ongoing series of Project Nexus and a 28-page origin story. So, you know, more friendly. Of course, there's some more violence in this, but I wanted to test my strengths in different areas and showcase that, you know, it doesn't have to be all blood and guts, you know, which I usually love doing. So, yeah, this is the cover A. The cover B is done by Samuel Marquise, who does our interior work for Project Nexus. I showed him, I was like, hey, he rides a board a little bit, and he just threw it on the cover. I thought this was sick. And then Prasad,
that's cool.
My main colorist, colors this. And I don't really give notes to my colorist. Like I tell him a couple things, you know, but like he thought of all this nice purple and like the way everything lays out. And it's just phenomenal.
Yeah, no, that looks great.
We did a poll, which got a lot of traction. It got like 15,000 views on Twitter. We had like over 100 comments. And originally I showed people, it was like, hey, we did the logo on the top and we did the logo on the bottom. And everyone was saying they like it on the bottom. Some people said they like it on the top. So for day 1 backers, I'm giving away 20 of these 1 in 50s. And then we still have a couple 1 in 50s left. I think we have.
That's cool. Well, you know what the nice thing is, because it is a crowdfund type thing and it's not something, you know, racked on a shelf. And that's the only reason they were on the top in the first place. It's because of how comics were racked. You saw the top third, so the logo needs to be big and bold so you can see it from, you know, a few feet away when you're walking by a comic rack. But with this type of stuff we do, it doesn't matter.
And I always do exclusives, and, you know, I end up selling them at the conventions anyways. And I always only do limited print runs on stuff, except for it's like the main cover, or what I say is the cover that sells the most at conventions.
Yeah.
And that's usually the one I reprint. So this one I made sure everyone knew there's only going to be 50 copies. We have 13 left. And
cool.
We're going to be selling the hell out of them. Interior pages. This is cutting midway into the book. So the first 12-ish pages, you find the origin of Imperium. And then we dive into the origin of Voltage. And, it's him in the orphanage. I didn't want to go too spoiler, but it's just showing like the day of the life before they get into the superhero action stuff. And they do get into the superhero action in the series. But it's a very night and day difference between how Omega from Project Analysis and Crimson Pain and all these guys interact between these other characters.
Right.
So, yeah, showcasing more pages. And then we have the Cross Crusaders. The Cross Crusaders were something that was supposed to be in Project Analysis episode 2. Of course, like, we were saying earlier, things always change. And I always wanted to include it. Like, I drew these characters. They were supposed to be like the cult people. And we finally got to include them in this book. How to throw a little blood in there. We need a little blood. And because basically, and you see it in Project Analysis, the Pain Patriots, ran by Crimson Pain, are smuggling in weapons and giving it to these small militias. And now we're seeing like where these weapons were going. The debut issue for Voltage was Project Analysis episode 4. This was one of the pages that he debuted in, so you get to see it in there. And then if you want to grab that, you can grab it with the All Voltage and Imperium, which includes our one-shot, includes episode 4, 5, and 6, which has all the episodes with Voltage and Imperium in it. So a lot of fun, nice action. And we find out that's when he got his name. He names himself in the book. And that's something that changed too. I like saying that since we're just on that topic. Like originally, like he was calling himself in the one-shot Voltage. But when I saw these pages, I changed it because it just flew better. And then, of course, we changed it up. So as always, $5 digital, easy, nice. $5, get it right to you. $10 single issue, 20 interior pages, right to your door, no problem. Cover B, same thing, $10. Both covers for $20. You get the 1 in 50 exclusive for $25. If you want all 4 books that has showcased these characters, because episode 4 is new reader friendly, so you can jump onto this book from episode 4, no problem. So you get 4, 5, 6, and Voltage and Imperium. And then if you want our whole catalog digital, which is every single title we have, Voltage and Imperium episodes 4, 5, 6, Omegas 1 and 2, Project Analysis 0, 1, 2, and 3, and the Crimson Pain one-shot. Only $45, 292 pages of content shipped right to your email address. Can't be
That's right. That's awesome.
And then all books I have, so 8 books and a trade paperback, $110. You get Project Analysis Volume 1, which collects 0, 1, 2, and 3. Because we're really, once we get to each volume, I really just want to only be printing the volumes, unless we do single issues. It's just easier, And so 4, 5, 6, Omega 2091 and 2, the Crimson Pain one shot, and the Voltage Imperium, you get the cover A and the cover B. So awesome stuff. And what did I write? The trade collects 3 issues, collects 4. I'm an idiot. I'll change that later. Add-ons, you can add on anything digital, anything that you want. There's so many things to choose from. You can add our trade paperback, episode 4, episode 5. Did you get this cover for the last campaign? I mean, 2 campaigns ago?
It's very small. I think that's the one I got. Was that the main one?
I did a 1 in 75. It is the cover B, but I did a 1 in 75. Didn't tell anyone. I'll gladly tell you on here. We didn't print it with the episode 5 for the first print run, so now all the new ones have episode 5 on it. So
I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, I do little Easter eggs like that, and I just like having some fun because I wanted to print it like it was a video game, and then now we can print it that it's episode 5. And then, the one shot, you can print that. We have that as well. This was from our back cover artist, Evergy Ukerchiv, who did this cover as well. You can get our prequel issues. You can add a trading card. And that's pretty much it. Says the stretch goals, but we're pretty far away from that. And then the community, your boy at the table as always.
So is that what we're going to be looking at Heroes Con, that setup, or is it different?
I got a new banner. It came in today. I'm really excited. It was supposed to come for San Diego Comic-Con, but it came like now. So
nice.
I'm so happy. So I got a new banner coming because I did Free Comic Book Day. I did I was selling outside and the wind warped this banner. It broke my heart. And but I had to look good, I can't be behind a brick wall, And then so I'm gonna have a dope setup. I'm gonna bring an extra table. I got these awesome things. That's why I drive on the freaking grind.
Wait, where do you put the extra table?
I gotta see where I'm located, but see, like, I'll tell you a little secret. So, like,
do you do it so it's deeper?
Yeah. See how this one like goes down a little second?
Yeah,
I have a little table that goes next to it. So if I'm in a front section like this, bam,
Oh, okay.
I feel the vibe when I get in. If I have space, I bring it in, slide it right in, boom.
Right.
And then there's still space that I'm still good anyways.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then awesome community, always slinging and dinging.
Yeah,
and,
man.
On the freaking grind,
Well, that's cool, man. So everybody go check that out. I've gotten other stuff. I can vouch for its goodness.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate it a lot. I appreciate you guys having me. Been super busy with stuff, and only did 3 podcasts. You're the third one. The whole time I've been so busy with other things, and I really appreciate you guys giving me a platform. It means a lot.
Yeah, man. Of course.
We were glad we were able to fit you in. I mean, and especially having you and Mike on at the same time. That's always a great time when we get a couple of you guys on just to chat. Especially a lot of our viewers, they recognize you because they've seen you on our channel before. So it's a great return.
Yeah. Do you have so this is maybe my 5th
something like that
time. I'm going for that record. As long as I put out, and I'm consistently going to put out 4 books a year, I'll come for that title and whoever has it,
Yeah, dude.
You
guys it's not Saturday Night Live. I mean, you're not going to get a jacket or anything.
I mean, when we hit our 50th anniversary, we might make you dress up, but other than that, we're good.
Yeah. I just I like having the title. It's like, when you see someone and it'll be like senior VP, blah, 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 blah. It could just be one more title. Next to my name.
Yep.
Right.
The ring.
Yeah. So what time you're driving down tomorrow, right?
Yeah. So
when do you think you'll hit the road?
I do also take so my background has always been fitness, fitness. I worked in the gyms, did all that stuff. I had the opportunity to open up this place where it's a really high-end spot. So I do take private clients again. So I do have some private clients in the morning, and then I'm gonna come after like a psychopath. So I'm gonna leave around 11, 12 latest. Yeah. So,
you're gonna I think setup only goes till 8, so it looks like you'll be having setup Friday, most likely.
Yeah, I'll do it in the morning. For sure. I'm definitely not gonna be able to make it for that. But I'm excited. Like, how far are you guys from it? Like 10 minutes?
10 minutes, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll head over tomorrow around 2:00. Set everything up, and then just kind of chill and stuff. And then I can't remember. I always forget. Is it 10? Does it start at 10 or 11 on Friday?
It's always an hour early. Every show's an hour early. So I've never been to Heroes. This is my first Heroes convention. I always met the staff. They do all conventions. They do Terrificon and all that stuff. And I've always been talking to them every single time. And this worked out really well. And I'm super grateful that they got me.
They're Shelton, his whole staff is fantastic. Carla, Seth, they're fantastic.
I was talking to Carla. She's super nice, and she's been really awesome. And I meet everyone a couple times, and then it was great that I was able to like, it is a drive, so like I'm happy. I'm ready, and I see from seeing all these people that are coming, like supposedly it's about 50,000 people. Is that right? Is that wrong?
Yeah. That's why I said there's always, because it's a true comic book show. There's no there's no actors or any of that stuff. And there's always like Jerry Bingham, an artist I grew up loving his work, Carrie Gamble. I mean, there's all these artists I look at the guest list and I'm just like, one year I would just like to say, you know what? I'm not setting up. I'm just coming as a fan so I can literally walk around because I live here, but I'm always really busy at the show. And I never really get a chance to spread my wings and just go talk to people and stuff.
And I see that CGC has the on-site grading now.
Yeah,
I saw that they do it on the last couple of shows. I'm very tempted because V. Ken Marion, he'll be there, who did this cover for me. And maybe I have to force him to sign a bunch of books. And grade them up.
Yeah,
you know?
right there.
It's crazy that they went from 3 to 6 months of grading to now we could just do it in 10 seconds is wild to me, but I'll accept it.
I know. It's cool though. So, but yeah, dude, you'll definitely have a good time. It'll be fun.
I heard Heroes has instituted a shirts must have sleeves policy this year. Comment, Dennis? Yeah, you heard wrong.
Yeah.
That will never be a thing. And even if they were to institute it, I would break those rules because I'm a rebel that way.
He'd have tear off sleeves. He'd walk in and be like, I got sleeves. Rip. No. Marcus did say the show starts at 11 Friday, which means 10:30 for VIPs.
Yeah.
I believe
it's an hour early on the website when I read it today. Could be wrong.
It's what? VIPs are an hour early.
So it'd be 10.
Okay, so it's 10 o'clock then for VIPs, and then I think setup begins at either 6 or 7. I know it's 7 for sure, but it could be 6. So you have plenty of time.
Oh yeah, I'm a psychopath. So
now, are you staying at the show hotel, the Westin, or?
No, I'm staying at the Marriott. There's like a Marriott I got. It was like through the thing. I think when I got
I think it's right next door.
Yeah, the JW. It's right across the street from it.
It's at like I think I'm 0.5 away.
Oh, so you're at a different Marriott. Oh, I know what Marriott you're at. Yeah. It's still an easy walk. If the weather's nice, if the weather's nice, which it's supposed to be, you're fine. So
yeah, I'm about to let me see. I'm pulling up my Marriott app. The key thing to all these conventions, you got to make sure you sign up for every single place. Then you get free hotels when you travel.
I know.
The Courtyard Charlotte City Center. That's where I'm going to be.
City Center.
Oh, okay. I know where that is too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. It's a fine walk. So
yeah.
But you guys are staying home clearly.
Well, yeah. So I'll be sleeping in my comfy little bed.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yep. Dennis,
I'm beyond excited. Like I'm beyond excited. I do want to see a bunch of people too. So it's like crazy. Like I want to be able to grab some stuff, but we'll see. We'll see how crazy it is.
Well, I mean, you said you're coming with your wife, right?
Yeah. She knows how to sell too, so it works.
Well, I'm just saying you'll have somebody at the booth. So if you want to walk out so wait, are you bringing your daughter too?
Not for the drive. To me, that's too dangerous. It isn't, of course, I'm a great driver, but she has
how old is she?
3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's coming to San Diego though, because we're flying, so I'll bring some stuff in my luggage, no problem, and I might ship some stuff depending on when I get some more inventory, but or I'm just gonna struggle with like 5 luggages. But we'll see. Throw one of the luggages out after I sell everything.
Yeah. Well, cool, man.
50 pounds in my backpack I put anytime I travel.
There you go. That's a rucksack right there. So you're good to go.
Fit all the trades in there. I'm just like fucking.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah. I'm on the grind. I'm trying to get to your guys' level. So we're getting.
Yeah. Launching Friday is The Bad Guy by Clint Helinski. So sign up for that if you're watching. Clint does good, fun comics. And we'll definitely have to talk to him about having him on too.
He usually comes on on his new launches. So another guy that would be vying for that title.
That's right. He's been on a few times.
I'm gonna win though. This is a long-term game. I'm never stopping.
I just love the fact you still have clients. What's your earliest client for working out? 7?
Yeah, 5 a.m.
Is it 5? Dude,
so I have clients all day, and I'll gladly say it. I work at Club Studio. You look it up. It's like a super fucking psycho gym. It's on the water across from Manhattan.
Yeah.
They were begging me to come there, and then I finally locked it in, and I could do my own hours. It's chill, and but your boy got quite the price tag, for the sessions. So it's worth it though.
No, I mean, when I go to the gym, I get up at 10:05 and I'm at the gym by 5. So
in this place, and I've been doing it on Bougie Paul now. There's cryotherapy, red light therapy.
Oh wow, yeah,
all this stuff there, and I've been doing it every day, and I honestly do feel a lot better. So like all that shit does work. Yeah, I go into there's a chamber like Mr. Freeze. You get in. Yeah, it goes minus 150. I'm in there for 3 minutes before my workout. My temperature drops 30 degrees on the skin. Then I get out, I warm up instantly. Yeah, It's some next level shit that I've been
All right,
doing.
walk me through that real quick. So you walk inside this thing, and it's just, quote unquote room temperature. You shut the door.
No.
Oh, as soon as you walk in, it's already
minus 150 already.
As soon as you walk in, it's minus 150.
Yeah, it's a chamber. Like you're Mr. Freeze's wife in there. You know what I mean? Like you open it, you want to get in like a half a second.
I was just saying, have you ever seen somebody open it and go, "I'm good," shut it and walk right the hell away?
Yeah. People, you could escape if you want, and you get in there. You can stay up to 3.5 minutes, and it goes in levels. You can go up to all the way up to minus 180. But your head's in there, so it's like, I put a little towel on my head. You got the earmuffs on, you get gloves, but I go in shorts, shirtless. So when do your testicles return? They're good. It's like, so it takes all the blood and puts it towards your organs and then puts everything back. So it helps with inflammation. It's basically like a cold plunge on Hulk steroids,
Oh yeah.
So
I've been feeling it used to be like, when you get done with football practice, you'd have the big tub there full of ice, and we'd hop in there, and you'd be like, this is next level. That's
that's minus 4. I mean, that's 40 degrees. Like that's like a pool. That was like that would be a breeze right now. But this is like torture. But it's really good for you. And then I do red light therapy, which has been helping. It's been helping the hair too. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe last year I was bald, but you saw me. I was bald, I think, at last garden stage.
Maybe, but, well, not totally though. Were you totally bald?
I think I had the one, but like the hairline was like Kurt Angle. You know what I mean? So now I'm back, and then I do my routine. It's super nice, and it's in Edgewater if you ever go. Yeah, it's a nice. Yeah, gotta do it.
Yeah, I have a pool, and if it says it's 80 degrees, I'm like, I don't know. It's not really quite warm enough to dip in that yet.
Funny, it's 97. I walked in today, and I go, oh, it's 97. He goes, I could probably go in that. Might be a bit chilly.
I might still have to tiptoe in and get used to it.
That's damn near a hot tub.
So my pool, we don't have a heater in it. It's an up pool. So like it's definitely like 60 right now. We just were in there before. And I'm good in there now, So like unless it's like really hot, like and the sun's on it for 3 days, it's at 85, no problem. But I'm ready to roll,
Oh no, after this I got to cut the grass and stuff, and I'll probably be taking a plunge into it to cool off after. So
I'll show you a picture of the thing. Or maybe I'll get a video. So when you're in, you're in there, right? Your eyebrows actually like turn white. Like you're literally freezing, So it's like
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, you've got to wear. What are you wearing your feet? Because you can't just walk in barefoot.
Oh, I got my shoes on.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Shoes, shorts, shirtless, gloves, muffs.
Wow.
Because your ears are the weakest and your fingertips are the weakest for that type of scenario. Everything else, you're good. And you instantly burn 500 calories. It's like,
Really?
Yeah. And if you do it consecutively, it's really monumental. I used to do it when I lived in Queens. It used to be neck down. I used to do minus 300, but it was neck down. So, you could, if you were full body minus 300, you'd be dead. So just learning some stuff.
Wow. Yeah, that would be if I walked into 150 below like that, my shrinkage would turn into a freaking innie. I think I'd have a vag down there.
Yeah, I'll say it. Fuck it. The membership for the gym for having all that stuff and the membership's like $450 a month. Just before training, before you hire me as a trainer.
Wow.
Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah. Need to make more books,
That's right.
I was happy, on the grind for a year. I did it on a year just publishing, and which is great, but I want to just take all that money and just put it back in, I don't want to take $1 from it. So and once we're at scale, but I'm ready, and I'm happy to let people know that, you got to try it, you got to see if you're ready to roll, and then you got to be ready to swing, so.
No, I hear you. All right, well, before we go, guys, Lilith Infernal Conflict coming to you the beginning of July. There's the main cover by myself, and Tartan Ninja is the colorist. That is his screen name on X.
The colors are nice.
Thank you. We have the homage cover by myself, colors and everything. New characters coming your way. There's a few of them there. And then I just popped these up because I got the colors back from the main man. So new characters, great loan of the story. I started working on it. I got 3 pages. What's that? Spam. I got 3 pages, 1 page inked, 2 page spread ready to start inking. So guys, go sign up. The link is in the description below. And if you're in town, come out to Heroes Con and see the 3 of us. It's one of the best shows around. You are going to have a great time. Dennis,
worth the drive.
If you don't have a great time, Dennis will pay your admission back. Just come up to the table and go, Dennis, I hate it. Give me my $30.
Uh-huh.
And you guys have a dual table? Like you're together?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I've got, so usually, it's 1 table, but I was able to score 2 this year. So we've got 2 tables.
Fuck yeah.
Out.
So it's kind of, it's basically the all the Andy stuff, the artwork, then it's the core draft stuff, and then it's the role-playing RPG stuff for core draft.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So come check it out, guys. And next week, we will be doing a show on Wednesday because it's the last one before we drive up to Garden State. So join us then. No movie review this week because of the Heroes Con. We're busy, but we'll get those going again soon. And go check out Graybeards. Today, they will each be inking each other's drawing that they did on a previous episode. So go watch Aaron butcher a David Williams drawing and tell him he should ink a blue line so he doesn't ruin it too bad. And you can tell him Dennis said that. Okay, until next time, thank you, everyone. Be safe. Bye-bye. We'll talk to you guys later.
Live long and prosper.
There you go. Always.